Good Thursday afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Come on in, kick your shoes off, put on some house slippers, and the blankie is cold here in Southern Ohio. So we're gonna make a delicious, creamy fall soup. I don't know what else to call it because I'm just it's a mix and match of this recipe, that recipe. So if you come up with a name, let me know. So inside of my beautiful girl here, I have 2 pounds of sausage. I'll put that on the stove. Now, the boys, anytime I make soup or anything, they always like extra meat. So if you don't want the 2 pounds, use a pound. It's not a big deal. Now, I'm using a mild breakfast sausage. You could use mild. You could use hot. You could use Italian, turkey sausage, whatever your heart desires. That's what you can use. Now, I'm using mild because I like to add my own seasoning to it. If you don't want to add seasoning to it, maybe try a package of hot and a package of mild. Okay, so all I'm going to do right now is just get this sausage almost cooked all the way through, and I will be back to show you what we're going to do next. Kind of look like I don't know what it looked like. Come on, this. Anyway, I'll be back. It's warm. So my sausage is about 3/4 of the way cooked. Now I have some cooked bacon here. Now, this is from my pizza shop. If you don't have cooked bacon, you can either buy cooked bacon, the real bacon. You could buy the microwave bacon, throw it in the microwave if you want to. I'm just trying to give you alternatives. Or you could use raw bacon. And if you use raw bacon, go ahead and slice it up and put it in your soup at the same time as your raw sausage. Now mine's fully cooked, so I'm going to add it in. And I'm going to go with about, listen y'all, I don't know, I'm making this up. Some of you asked for measurements. Okay, so here's a 1/2 cup of measure. Let's see. Let's see how much I'm going to add to Christy's creamy fall soup. Yeah. So I'm going to say I'm going to go with a cup of bacon. So I would say probably 1/2 pound of raw bacon will do. And if you want more, this is your soup. Add more bacon. If you don't want bacon at all, don't add bacon. You know what? You could probably even add a little bit of smoked sausage chopped up. It's your soup. Okay, so there we go. We're going to do a cup of bacon. Now, just going to give that a few minutes to hang out, get together, and then we'll be back for the next step. Okay, be right back. Our sausage and bacon's finished cooking, so it's right here. So inside of my Le Creuset, I have about 2 tablespoons of butter. There's not much grease that came off my sausage. Now, if you have that grease, just a little bit, leave it and saute your vegetables in it. So my vegetables of choice are 1 whole onion, and I have turnips. Okay, so I'm gonna put those in there. I have 4 turnips. They come in a small pack from Walmart, and I peeled those and sliced all this morning before work. Now I'm just gonna put this in. Gonna kind of saute those around. Now let me grab my chicken stock because I forgot it. Right now I just want a few drops of chicken stock to kind of deglaze the pan from where I cooked the meat, okay? So, maybe about 1/4 of a cup. And I'll let you see this. So I'm using turnips, of course, instead of potatoes because my soup's going to be low carb. Now, if you're not doing low carb and you want to do potatoes, knock yourself out, peel some potatoes, 4 or 5, whatever you feel like, and saute those in with your onion. Don't want to do onion, don't do onion. But I suggest maybe you do onion, unless you're allergic. Okay, so here it is. Just those turnips and onions, and I put in probably, I don't know, a couple tablespoons of chicken stock, just so I can get those meaty bits off the bottom of my pan here. Okay. I just wanted you to see that with 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to put this back on. I'm going to grab my seasonings that I'm going to add, and I'll be right back. Ooh, I had a coughing fit, so I'm back. So I've already added this Italian herb mix. It is salt, oregano, parsley, basil, marjoram, thyme. If you don't have something like this, use those seasonings or use your favorite seasonings. It doesn't matter. It's your soup. I also added some Aleppo pepper. It is a milder red pepper flake. You can add red pepper flakes. You can leave it out. You can add some chili powder, whatever spices, a little jalapeno, whatever you want to do. I'm going to add now some garlic here, minced garlic, about a teaspoonful. I'm going to add some black pepper. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I'll season it later when it all comes together. That way it's not too salty. I'll let you see this really quickly. There you go. Now I'm going to add some chicken stock, chicken broth, just enough to cover those turnips or your potatoes or cauliflower, whatever you're using. You want to do enough to cover that. Okay, let me recap here because clearly I'm having some kind of fit here. So, we've got all of our seasonings in. I've got some Italian seasonings in. I've got some Aleppo pepper. Your choice on spiciness. I like it a little spicy. Black pepper. And then I put in about a teaspoon of garlic. Okay? Got that all mixed in. Pinch of salt. I'm not going to add any more salt till it gets closer to finish time. And then we'll retry it. So I've got a Ricola in my mouth, so I'm sorry. So, all that mixed in, and you want to cover it with just enough chicken stock, maybe about a ½ inch over. You want to cover your vegetables, because what we're doing is we want those vegetables to get tender. You don't have chicken stock, it's not a big deal. Just add some water. It's going to be just fine. So we're going to let that simmer for a few minutes. Get those turnips fork tender, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So our turnips are fork tender. We're getting ready to add back in the meat here. Our sausage and bacon right back into the soup bowl. There we go. Give that a quick stir. Now here comes the creamy part of our creamy fall soup. And it is heavy whipping cream. This is a full container. This is 32 ounces. Now I've taken out a couple tablespoons this morning when I had my coffee. So we're going to add that whole carton in there. There we go. Give this a quick stir. There we go. Look at that, friends. Looking delicious. Now, I'm going to give this a few minutes. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I think I want it just a little bit thinner, so I'm going to add just a little bit more chicken stock. It's your soup. However thick, however thin you want it. Probably going to add another cup of chicken stock there. That looks good. Now, I'm going to give it a taste and see if I need any salt, pepper, anything like that extra added in. Get it right here. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so I do want to add some pepper. Go. Black pepper. I'm going to add just a little bit more Aleppo pepper. Just a touch. For a little bit of heat. And then I'm going to add some paprika. Let me grab that. It's over here. And I think that's really all we're going to need. Look at those beautiful fall colors. There we go. Now, that is all for now. I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to put the lid on. And I'm going to let it simmer. And then come back. Let's have dinner together. Friends, I was cleaning up, getting ready to do the dishes when I realized I forgot the Parmesan cheese. You don't want to forget the Parmesan cheese. Probably about a half a cup. Now, if you would like, you could add some fresh spinach at this point. I love fresh spinach in it, but it's one of the things that broth cannot eat. So we are leaving that out, okay? So there we go. Now, got the Parmesan cheese added in. Gonna put the lid back on and let it simmer till dinner time. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. While our soup is souping, I thought I'd give you a couple updates. So last night's dinner, that chicken with that pork rind panko. Oh my goodness, friends. It was amazing. And I think that is how I'm going to fix chicken from now on. Oven fried like that. A couple of you asked if it had like a porky taste to it. It did not, or I didn't find it that way. And no one else mentioned that it did, which if it did, they would have said something, my family. Maybe from where I season it, it maybe helped. If it did have a porky taste, to kind of take some of that out of there. It was fabulous. We loved it. Mason is my big fried chicken fan. He absolutely loved it. So I want to give you an update about that. Also, me, my weight has stayed the same the last few weeks. I am fine with that. I've lost inches, I know, because I pulled out jeans now that it's getting colder to wear to work, and they are too big from last year. So I'm going to wait before I shop. They're not too big that they're falling off of me. I just cinch my apron tighter at work. So I'm probably down a couple, I would say probably down a couple pant sizes actually. So I'll shop later. I'll wait till maybe December or January. I've got enough to hold me over until then. So there's an update on that. So that's about it. Oh, Madison got a new car. It's new to her. It is a Toyota RAV4. This is her third Toyota. She loves Toyotas. She's so thrilled. She was so excited about it. It was fun to watch her excitement and having that car. Okay, so I'll be right back to show you the finished soup. So here you have it, our creamy fall soup. Look at that. Now, I remember that I had some leftover green beans. Mason, I want to put them in the soup, and Mason's like, no, that doesn't sound good. But it sounded good to me because I think the more veggies, the merrier. Got a little bit here of Parmesan cheese to top it off. Now, you could add green beans, you could add corn, you could add carrots. You could do whatever you want. Isn't that exciting? You could take the base, add what you want. If you're eating bread, listen, oh, this would be so good with some garlic bread, breadstick. There you have it. Let's give it a taste. I'm excited about the green beans in there. You have that crunch from the turnips. They're not mushy like a potato. You got that heat from the lemon pepper, but it's not too hot. The creaminess from the heavy cream. That great sausage flavor. Just a great all over fall soup. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Go make you some soup. We've also got a fruit salad here to have with it. And thanks for hanging out. Make us some soup. Have a good night. Bye, friends.